Hi everyone, this is my first YouTube video, so please be nice. This is a park run from Shorne Woods on the weekend. It being my first video, as you can imagine, there's some pretty shitty editing throughout, really, with some coughing, spluttering, etc. as well. So apologies for that. Hopefully things will get better, but you never really know. This might be the peak. I'll be joined by my mate Will, who you'll see in front at some points, and Harry, who jets off and leaves us because he's just in much better shape. He ends up running sub 20. But this is a really lovely park run in Kent. Around 250 people, lovely sunny day, and the weather's just started to cool off as well. So yeah, overall just a really nice park run, and yeah, I'll be jumping in with some comments throughout on the course and paces, etc. But yeah, hope you enjoy. And this part of the course doubles back on you a bit, so I think you'll be able to see, how far the leaders are ahead, which is kind of handy. You can see Harry there in the blue just jetting off ahead, feeling much better, so he's going to start ticking people off. I think he ends up coming 5th. But he forgets his barcode, so you're just going to have to take my word from it. The pilot can't register a performance, but yeah, he's definitely well capable of some sub-20 runs.
No, I mean by the time we get to
Yeah. Is the camera beeping red?
Yes.
Yeah, sweet. Thank you.
There's me just generally checking with Will whether my camera's working or whether my general technical ineptitude is filtering through into the running sphere as well.
This is lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice.
Very lovely. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, so slight inclines at some parts of the course, but pretty negligible, really. It's quite hard, compact gravel, no big stones or anything, so definitely capable of some decent pace. This is the part where people start to come back on you as well, so you get a good idea of what the running order is. And yeah, here we go. You can start to see the guy here running. I think he ran 18:30-ish. I think he stayed in first place, and then a couple of people behind.
Yeah, he could.
I think 5 went sub 20. So yeah, you'll be able to see me G'ing Harry up, which he's my younger brother. You're gonna have to forgive me.
You can win that.
I know parkrun isn't a race, but yeah, he's
thank you.
Looking good there and chasing some people down.
Hey, Faz wins here.
Yeah, nice little downslope.
McDonald's breakfast.
And Will leading the way. Literally dragging me around at points.
Right, nearly
coming up to the end of the first K. So yeah, like I said, I think it was around 4:30 or so.
Feeling good?
Call me old-fashioned.
2.5 laps.
Yeah, not getting beaten by a bloke in a football shirt on a Saturday morning, even if it is after a heavy week of training. Only jesting, of course, but yeah, still sweet to overtake the guy in the United shirt there as well.
You go, Will, if you want. Yeah. This is right on.
then yeah, just watch and listen as my breathing deteriorates here. Like I said, the heart rate I'm not really sure I'd take much note of, because I definitely didn't feel 184 BPMs. It might have been, in which case I should probably seek medical advice. But
Yeah,
actually,
that's-
towards the end, I think in the final kilometre it drops off at
Work its way up.
around 160 at some point, at a quicker pace. So yeah, like I said, pinch of salt with that type
This
of
is it,
data
yeah.
when it's just the wristwatch.
Nice rhythm.
Possible to tell the pace.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. About 420 though. Maybe slightly hillier than I remember.
Yeah, a little bit. It's like the training of a marathon.
Yeah, yeah,
Just remember the good bit.
yeah.
So
We got
I'm
this
training
guy as
for
well.
Berlin Marathon,
Eventually.
which at the time of recording this was around 15 days away, so just 2 weeks after this. So a nice little tempo followed by a long warm up. Will is running the San Sebastian half marathon, mainly because he won't be outside a range of 10-mile radius of any Michelin-star restaurants. Is the main reason he's doing it.
Go on,
But
Will,
that's
go on, mate.
fresh off
Thank
a
you,
London
Marshall. Thank you.
marathon that he did earlier
Cheers.
this year as well. So yeah, he's got some good miles in the legs. You can see nice little course here. It looks pretty winding, but actually it didn't feel like that running. It's quite hard, compact gravel, like I said. So, you know, you feel like you can move at a decent pace here as well. Even though Will and I are far, far, far from elite, that's for sure.
All right.
And we're coming up to the end of the first lap here as well. The second and third lap are two slightly shorter laps.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.
And not that we're treating this as a race by any means. Parkrun isn't a race, of course, but slowly reeling this guy in, which is quite nice. Always nice to have a bit of a target, I think, in front, rather than just running solo.
$4.23, perfect. How's that gone?
Good for him.
Never quite been top three at Shorne Woods. I think this is my third time doing it. Might even just be my second. And I think I did sneak a fourth once running around the 2015. So if the getting on the podium's your thing and you get it on a good week, you might sneak on that. And for anyone who wants some context as to my running abilities, like I said, pretty average, really. Parkrun PB 5K, as Will gets lost on this course here, is 19:15, and my most recent marathon is a 3:33. And yeah, for additional context, I guess a half is 1:31, so just outside 90 minutes,
Thanks.
which is a big target of mine. So yeah, I'm looking to run under 3:25 in Berlin in a couple of weeks. I'll try and make a video of that. How well that will go, we'll have to see. Depends on a lot of feedback got from this one. But yeah, so that'll be interesting to see as well. So watch this space.
Thank you.
You start to lap some people in the tail walkers. Everybody's really, really friendly, and you know, as with all park runs that I've done, this is my 40th. Everybody's just really considerate, and you know, looking to move out the way where possible, or yeah, looking to just make sure everybody has as much fun as possible, which is what parkrun's all about, really. And this gentleman takes the racing line. Nice to have some company, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I think there's a bit of back and forth between him and Will for a while. I let the two guys go for it. I'm hanging, to be honest. So, yeah, like I said, I was trying not to max it out and trying to run it more like a tempo. It definitely felt a bit more max effort towards the end, but yeah, more than happy to let these guys go. Oh, and look at this. We have somebody joining us. He must be running these guys must be running quite a strong progressive, because we were running kind of 5 seconds quicker every K, and these guys ran through. So yeah, fair play to them. They've paced this really well, and yeah, looking strong, bouncy.
Thank you, Marshall.
For the history buffs amongst you, there's parts of Shorne Woods that are dated back to 1100 AD. So, you know, over 900 years ago. So really fascinating if you're interested in history. Some really old kind of woodland trails where you can kind of chart their origin back hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. So yeah, a really historic woodland, and a really beautiful part of Kent. So yeah, like you can see, my heart rate's dropping. Don't really understand it. It's probably a bit more closer to where it actually is now, rather than the 185, which I definitely can't run for longer than 15 minutes at. So yeah. And that's the end of the second lap. So yeah, you're going to start to hear some coughing and spluttering as we start to kind of nail this last mile. And thanks to everyone for kind of moving aside. Really appreciate that as well. Yeah, not quite the Mills family death rattle that we hear from the older member of the the Mills family. So shout out Crown My Run. But yeah, definitely some interesting noises emanating from me at some points. And yeah, like I said, looks a bit more congested than I actually felt. Really, I felt there's plenty of kind of track for 3 abreast. So yeah, it was absolutely fine at this stage. And like I said, everyone was really friendly and happy to run in their own channels, so everybody could get around. And these interesting noises will get more and more interesting. I'll typically take Max, my dog, to do park run as well, but he was tucked up in bed at this stage and really didn't fancy the cooler night. So you'll be seeing Max at some point, but not in this video, as we're into the final K. So yeah, these guys haven't gotten away from me, despite the tired legs, dementor-esque breathing. We're still there, and like I said, we run it like a progressive. So yeah, we'll slowly be cranking down that pace a little bit as well, and can only apologise for some of the coughing, spluttering, etc. as well. I was a bit bunged up, but there we go. And this bit's actually quite a bit of a relief, because there is a slight downhill. It looks a bit on the video more downhill than it actually is, but yeah, still, regardless, it's a nice bit of relief on this part of the track as well, as Will shakes out what must be some form of carpal tunnel. Will, you need to get a better desk, mate, and some wrist supports there. So last couple of minutes here, around 600 meters or so to go. For anybody interested, I was in the Super Blast 2, which, as I'm sure all of the running influencers on YouTube would agree with, is just the best shoe out there. And by the way, by no means am I including myself in that running influencer category. I'm just saying I'm following the trend that they're setting. Dodging the doggos. Slight downhill. And just being mindful of the families here. I think there are some kids, so I try and give a little polite shout where possible, if there is such a thing, but just to say that we're coming down. Yeah, 400 meters or so to go. And yeah, we're nearing the end. So I think just to round up, this is a lovely park run. I mean, I hope the video does it justice, but it's a really good blend of sunny, woodland, dry, compact gravel, really, really friendly marshals. And as an added bonus, there's an absolutely brilliant cafe situated in the car park as well. selling all sorts of posh coffees, bacon baguettes, bacon rolls, vegan options, lots of different sweets and local treats as well. So yeah, this is one where you've got to hang around afterwards. Yeah, by all means do your cool down, but go and grab a coffee because it's just that brilliant. And yeah, there's also some great park runs around here for North Kent, up near Sevenoaks, and then you can come to Great Lines down in Gillingham, the Lees down in Sheerness, Minster, and lots of different places around here. So yeah, it's a really good place for park run tourism. And yeah, it's just been a beautiful course. So I'll leave it there. Thanks for tuning in. If you've actually lasted this long, I'll be absolutely astonished. But there we go. Hope it's a good one. And yeah, provided I don't get blacklisted or anything, there might be another one in a couple of weeks after Berlin. See ya.
Thanks. Thank you. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Okay, mate.
Yeah.
Be a bit of a pain,